Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you finally. Did your manager brief you on what we're doing here today?
Yes, I was told that you're here to see my car collection.
No, it's about your guitar.
Oh, the guitar, yes.
I could see where the mix-up could be because
Yeah,
of the
it's
rhyming.
my second language. You can tell from my accent, I'm from New York, but it's my second language.
What's your first language?
It's Turkish.
Can you say something in Turkish for us?
Merhaba.
And what does that mean?
It means hi.
Well then, merhaba. What's your name?
Faruk, and that means the judge.
Tell us, Faruk the judge.
Yes.
How is it that you ended up being here in Hollywood?
I've been a musician for a really long time, so I started preparing my own demos to release my own album, and I wanted this journey to be available for other people who wants to know what you go through when you want to release an album. So I had a website where I wrote everything down. Today I sent my demo to this producer, called him back, no one picked up, everything. And then one day I get a phone call from a really respectable record company. This is amazing. We've been looking for someone like this forever. We can just release it. 1 week later, they called me back. So apparently one person, she didn't like what I had to say on my website. So because of my website, they canceled the record deal. I left that meeting and I said, I think I'm gonna go to Musicians Institute.
So I hear you singing Zaza, 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 Zaza.
I was recording my own songs, I was playing my own instruments, I was doing everything by myself. It was all trial and error, I was educating myself. I decided to come to Musicians Institute to get further education. And that's it. That's how I got here.
What did you study when you were at Musicians Institute?
I studied vocals. I needed someone that I can ask infinite amount of questions.
You said you played other instruments. What were those instruments?
I play piano, I play bass, I play guitar. I can program drums. And I can really play air drums. Really, I make it look like I'm legit know what I'm doing until I sit down on a real drum set.
What was the first instrument you played and how old were you?
6, and it started with a piano, and then I started playing classic guitar, but then I was always interested in electric guitar, acoustic guitar. I grew up with like Guns N' Roses posters in my room. I had the classic guitar, but I put on acoustic guitar strings. Never do that. And I broke the neck, so just... In high school, I started playing bass, good enough to play in a cover band.
How long did you guys play together?
The entire high school time we played, and after high school we played as well. But life happened. Some people had to get jobs. That kind of put a stop to our band. And then one summer, we thought, you know what, let's just grab the instruments and play wherever we can. 2 days before that, I broke my hand. I punched a wall. And then I told everyone I fell off a bicycle. Everyone was like, oh, you broke another bone. No one cared. My grandfather said, next time you want to punch something, put a napkin in your hand. I pursued music after that as well because I didn't know what else to do, actually. And it was a need. You cannot stop it. It's like poison in your system.
Now, you've played for most of your life. You've probably gone through a lot of instruments. Still have all the instruments you started with?
I looked after them really nicely. But when I was moving here, I had to give some of them away or just sell them.
Make music for your channel as well.
Yes,
you make
I prepare my own music.
And you've released a few albums, and a couple were associated with the channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been writing songs for my channel for a real long time. And then one day this random person says, hey, I know you write songs for your channel. Why don't you put them together? I work at a distribution company. I'll release it. And then we released the album. The next day, it was #1 in Turkey. And then it stayed #1 for a real long time. And then I released another album. It's single and an EP, and which all of them, so whatever I released was #1.
That's pretty cool that you went to #1.
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
all
exciting.
because of me, because I came up with that idea.
I don't know any random people You've got a lot of instruments here. I've actually been walking around a little bit. Your manager said it was...
No walking around.
I have driven all the way out here today specifically to check out the PRS. So I would love if you could show us
This
the
is
PRS.
my favorite guitar. It's so hard. It's like your kid, you cannot separate them. But this is a special one. It's a PRS Custom 22. I got it in 2007 from Samash in Florida. This is it. This is my baby.
Wow. What were you doing in Florida?
I went to Florida for New Year's 1 year in 2006. I was looking for a guitar, and so since I was there, I was going to every guitar store I can find. I had one amp that I knew I would find in each store for reference. So I would go and play with that amp. I would spend the entire day. So anyway, I'm trying a lot of guitars to see what they can do, and there's this certain connection. It either happens or it doesn't happen. Towards the end of the day, everyone working in the store, they're tired of me. And I see these PRSs up there, and I pointed at this one, and I said, hey, may I try that one? He rolled his eyes. He climbed on his ladder. He took the guitar, gave it to me. I went to my amp. I plugged it in. 2 minutes later, I came back, and I said, yes, I'm buying this. Turned 180 degrees, and he was like, hey, what would you like with that? Would you like strings? I bought the hard case, the whammy pedal, cables, picks, and I bought like 10 set of strings because I was going back to Turkey. Everything in music is very expensive in Turkey. I gave him my card, and my card gets denied. Let's try the other card, and that worked. So here we are. And then I had a connecting flight, and in that flight, I told them that this is a really expensive guitar. And they made me sign something which I didn't read. Apparently, that said, this is an expensive instrument that takes no liability. Yeah.
Which is why you should always
I
read.
signed it
Always
without
read.
knowing it. Yeah.
Damn it, why won't it read?
I record a lot of my songs with this. It's just amazing guitar, amazing guitar.
What is it that you experience when you hold this guitar? What is it that you feel, and how does it affect your mood?
There are certain guitars like Telecaster, some Gibson guitars and this. Then when you start playing them, it feels like you're playing better than usual. Ergonomically, whatever position you need to be in, this guitar is built to fit that, and it's so comfortable. There's this familiarity that I cannot describe in evidence other than just this connection.
Did you have that connection immediately, or was it something
Yes.
you developed?
Yeah,
okay.
I played one thing, and then I was like, yeah, this is it. And ever since then, have you met my roommate?
Yes.
Yeah,
I met her
so-
on the way, and she actually let me in.
Yeah, so with my roommate, sometimes we go to Guitar Center just to go through the guitars for fun. And whatever we do, we don't ever come across anything that is worth switching from this to that. These are not like iPhones. You buy this once, and that's it. Self-tuning, blah, blah, blah. If you're buying a self-tuning guitar,
Excuse me. This
That's-
is my channel.
I'm sorry.
I see an iPhone and I want it painted black.
But you feel this way about all the instruments you own.
Yes. I had a Taylor 110 that when I was buying it, it had a scratch on it. So I said, do you have another one that doesn't have a scratch? And the guy brought the other one, and I played it, and I said, oh, no, that's not it. I'll buy the scratched one. Yeah, there's this thing that you feel.
This is actually a consensus that I'm gathering when I talk to other musicians. They connect with the instruments. It's so much deeper than just the aesthetics.
I read a story, and in that story, this guy meets his hero. He's a bass player, and he gets to chat with him. And he finally finds the courage to ask him to play his bass because he just loves the sound of that bass. And he grabs the bass and starts playing it, and he says that it just started sounding like him, not like his idol. And then that's when he realizes that how you play the instrument also adds to the sound. So there's a real connection there as well.
Sort of symbiotic. I got this cup from a pretty cool guy. You guys have a lot in common, actually. He plays instruments. He's a YouTube channel and stuff, too. Cool. Well, I would really love to jam with you if I can.
Let's jam.
I know that we've never jammed before, but
No.
I'm a professional musician.
You are?
So
Interesting.
I think we could.
I should check your stuff out.
Yeah, you should. And you have a channel.
Yeah, I have a small channel.
We'll put that on the screen for everybody.
Yeah.
Million miles away, your signal in the distance, to whom it may concern. Think I lost my way, getting good at starting over every time that I return. Learning to walk again. Don't you think I've waited long enough? Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. I believe I've waited long enough. Where do I begin? Do you remember the days we built these paper mountains, then sat and watched them burn? I think I found my place. Can't you see it growing stronger, little conqueror? Learning to walk again. Don't you think I've waited long enough? Where do I begin? Learning to talk again. I believe I've waited long enough.
like me to play something right now?
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
for you to play
okay.
me a little something right now.
Okay. 1 second.